Do you have kids? Do you let them do what they want in hopes that they'll do the right thing? Would you agree to let them ride a bike and yet walk away, leaving them to learn all on their own? That's a scary picture, especially in a bad neighborhood or near oncoming traffic. This is what it's like for children to go to school in hopes to learn how to grow up, and you're oblivious to what it is that they're actually learning. My name is Hunter Williams. I'm a daughter, a sibling to 4 brothers and 1 sister, and a mother to 4 dogs and 3 cats. I may not have children of my own, but I know that I wouldn't leave their side if they asked me how to ride a bike. Children are worthy of our time to be present and intentional in their lives, especially when it comes to what they're learning in school. I believe that you want the best for the children in your life, so I think that you'll appreciate what I have to talk about today. I want to talk to you about 3 reasons why gender identity selection and LGBTQIA+ should not be taught to children in school before high school. Here are 3 reasons why. These subjects introduce inappropriate long-term decision-making as well as intentions of explicit conversations, learning surrounding sexual behavior, that which children are not ethically matured to experience or talk about yet. Secondly, there is statistical evidence of higher mental instability in gender minorities and LGBTQIA+ individuals. Thirdly, parents are unable to fully parent their children due to intervention of education without consent on gender identity and LGBTQIA+. Gender identity is a person's internal sense of being male, female, neither, or both. And LGBTQIA+ represents a community of individuals that identify as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersex, asexual, etc. These subjects open the door for young people to make long-term decisions that they cannot consent to, nor can they understand the full repercussions of irreversible procedures that are consequences of decisions made in correlation to these subjects. Maren Aaron, from St. James School of Medicine, author of several medical articles, published a collective article in 2013 about the maturation of the adolescent brain, which provides evidence that the development and the maturation of the prefrontal cortex occurs primarily during the adolescence and is fully accomplished at the age of 25. The brain matures during adolescent years due to the overflow of sex hormones related to puberty, such as estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. All of these can and have been altered in young individuals choosing to make long-term decisions, such as transitioning or puberty blockers. The same article provides evidence to show that sex hormones may also influence the learning, intelligence, memory, and behavior of adolescents. It is critical for our young people and children to be protected from the disturbance of these important hormonal processes that are in fact detrimental to their proper development and well-being, especially in growing to become adults like you and I. Secondly, presenting this information to children may inspire them to explore new avenues relating to this subject, and this can lead to very unfortunate events and experiences they're not capable to handle, and it may result in permanent decisions. Gender minority students experience a disproportionate burden of mental health problems, according to a study done in 2023 by James White, PhD, for the National Library of Medicine on the association between gender minority status and mental health in high school students. Gender minority are individuals whose gender identity and expression is different from their sex assigned at birth. Gender minority students were more likely than cisgender students to report a probable depressive and anxiety disorder and hallucinations. All opinions aside, there is statistical evidence published this year, presented by the Trevor Project, an organization that aims to end suicide among the LGBTQIA+ communities, and shows that suicide is the second leading cause of death among young people aged 10 to 14, and that the LGBTQIA+ young people are significantly more at risk due to many factors relating and unrelating to their gender minority standpoint. And thirdly, parents and legal guardians should have full ability to parent and act as a legal guardian. Parents and guardians have a tremendous impact on a child's education and play a major role in a child's success in school, according to a parent handbook by North Elementary School in Somerset, Mass. Every child has a right to a challenging, supportive, and developmentally appropriate education, they also say. The American Academy of Pediatrics published an article that explains the 3 general types of children behavior. Some kinds of behavior are wanted and approved, such as being polite and doing their homework. Others are sanctioned and tolerated under certain conditions if they're sick or if there's an illness or stress involved, maybe not doing their chores. And thirdly, still other kinds of behaviors cannot and should not be tolerated or reinforced. This includes that actions that are harmful to the physical, emotional, or social well-being of the child, the family members, and others. They may interfere with the child's intellectual development. They may be forbidden by the law, ethics, religion, or social norms. They might induce very aggressive or destructive behavior, overt racism or prejudice, stealing, smoking, substance abuse, school failure, even intense sibling rivalry. Unfortunately, the introduction and teaching of gender identity selection in the LGBTQIA+ at such a young age puts children at risk for things such as these. The solution is easier said than done. But the best thing I can encourage you to do is to read the parent handbooks, be present in your children's education, and be the first in their lives to introduce profound information such as the topics we spoke about. Today I talked to you about the risk of introducing the inappropriate long-term decision-making, as well as the intentions of the conversations surrounding the sexual behavior that which they're not ethically or mature to experience or talk about yet. Secondly, the statistical evidence that of the higher mental instability in these subjects, as well as the parents' inability to fully parent their children due to intervention of education without consent on gender identity selection in LGBTQIA+. And so I strongly encourage all of you, mothers, fathers, family members, guardians, be present to monitor the education being presented to your children and be willing to speak up for the sake of preserving their childhood in that which is appropriate. Consider what the Bible says in Proverbs 31, 8-11. Speak up for those who have no voice, for the justice of all who are dispossessed. Speak up, judge righteously, and defend the cause of the oppressed and the needy. Thank you.